Welcome to episode 1 of IMO. Now, we didn't have an intro recorded for this, but simply put, we're just grading every team's offseason, so yeah, enjoy. See, the thing with the Atlanta Hawks offseason, right? Like, they made like a bunch of, I like a lot of the pickups. I think they're going to be good, right? They added
Yeah.
Gallo, added
Rondo's cool.
Rondo's good, Dunn is good. The problem is, I feel like I don't know how you roll out the starting lineup, right?
Yeah.
Because you have Capella, right? I
Mhm.
don't like Gallo at the 3. I don't think
Yeah,
he
no,
fits
you
at the
can't do Gallo at
3.
the 3.
I don't like Collins at the 5 either. So,
Yeah.
do you have Gallo or
Honestly,
Collins coming off the bench?
I guess you have Gallo because you'd have Young, Herder.
You'd have Bogdan at the 2, maybe.
Oh, Bogdan. Wow, forgot about Bogdan too.
Yeah, he
Oh,
just
he's not
signed.
on the.
Okay,
Kings did
He's
so-
not on the list, so
Yeah, so
not there.
Trae Young,
Uh-huh.
Bogdan.
Yep.
And then it's just kind of
Yeah.
a mess from there. Like you
Yeah,
know,
because you have a bunch of you would one.
Yeah, because you can't
you
play
have a
Gallo
bunch
at
of
the 3.
people who should be starting, but you can't.
Yeah, you have to have Gallo back up.
Yeah, I guess I do like it unless they look to move Collins because they don't because Collins wants a max extension,
Ooh,
and if they
yeah, no,
don't
that's
want to give him
not.
the max, and they might look to trade him.
Yeah,
The problem is, I don't know. Like, is Gallo a better fit for Young than Collins? You know, they kind of added different, Gallinari's like the stretch 4 kind of guy, but Collins is more
Yeah.
the lob threat. You know, so it's
yeah, but then Capella's also the lob threat.
That's the
except
thing.
he also plays
but
defense.
Collins is also more of a long term thing. So
Yeah,
yeah, they kind of have a decision. I still like the signing. I think the Hawks can be a playoff team next year, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it can be a.
They
low,
just need
low
defense.
seed.
they just need defense. Yeah.
They just need to figure out how they're like gonna start.
Hawks off season though.
Their lineups.
I give it like an A though. I like the Hawks off season. I think it was
Yeah.
I give it a solid B plus.
B plus. All right.
Solid.
A-
Alright, Boston
A
Celtics.
minus.
Celtics. Ooh.
Aaron Neesmith, Peyton
Yep.
Pritchard.
I like Aaron. I really like
and
Aaron.
random Yam Mater.
Yam. It's actually
Now-
Yam.
Kirsten Thompson, low key, big pickup.
Yeah.
I know he's not
give
that
it,
good, but he fills a very
Okay,
big need.
most importantly, we kept Taco.
True.
Most important thing here.
I think this offseason's like a C. Because you lose
I think we
Hayward.
need to see what happens. No, but maybe we don't. We don't know
Okay,
yet.
We lost Hayward, but the sign and trade that could still
Yeah,
happen.
the
That
sign
could
and
still
trade.
happen.
We don't know what's happening with the sign.
And they might bring in a third team for that. But even if you get nothing for Hayward, right? You filled a lot of big needs. You drafted a shooter. You drafted a couple shooters, which was a big
Our
need.
shooters.
You didn't
Yeah.
get
You get
Miles
an
Turner,
actual
but you get
defensive presence at
you
center.
get Tristan Thompson for half the price of Miles Turner,
True.
who's gonna be a rebounder. The Celtics
You get a veteran backup.
Celtics have
And
not
then-
had a player to average 10 rebounds in like 7 years.
Yeah, it was
I
like
saw
the
that.
longest thing ever.
Jeff
Like,
Teague
drought
could be
without a
Jeff Teague
Very
replaces
good
Brad
player.
Wanamaker.
They do fit, and they fit a lot of needs. They just lose
Yeah.
Hayward, so it's kind
But
of.
we
Yeah.
might get the sign and trade,
We might
which
get
would
the
be
sign
very
and trade.
nice.
I
But we don't know
hope
yet.
it could be.
You probably I don't even know what you would get back for that.
I don't know how good Aaron Nesmith's gonna be. So this is like a questionable one. I give it like a CC plus.
Yeah.
Aaron Nesmith is
I give
very
it a
confident.
C plus.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
a
C+.
low B minus.
I'm hyping myself up for Nesmith to be like the new Duncan Robinson. You know what I'm saying?
Low
Just a
key, he
sharp
could
shooter.
be. All right,
He's
Brooklyn
really good.
Nets.
Like his shooting is insane.
Nothing yet has really happened for
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
I mean, it might
Traded
get
for-
Harden.
Bro, I'm telling you,
80.
they traded
don't know.
Musa so that Harden has guaranteed the number 13 when he gets
Sure.
traded.
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't. What the
Why?
fuck are the Rock?
okay, why else would you do Bruce Bowen for Zon Musa?
Okay,
Unless you're getting
that's
a-
not what's
Brown is,
important.
like,
What's
actually
important is
decent.
how are they gonna get Harden now? Like I don't
They
understand.
trade everyone.
Dinwiddie, Levert, Allen, picks.
But I feel like if
Or
they were
you
doing
trade
that
Kyrie.
trade, it would have happened by now. I don't know.
Not
No,
necessarily,
I
because
think it- no,
the
'cause I think
Rockets said
the
they want to
Nets-
take their time.
The Nets would do it, but I don't think the Rockets yet want to do.
Yeah,
Trade Harden.
especially
Exactly.
and obviously we'll get to the Rockets eventually, but like how they got Cousins and they got Christian Wood,
Yeah.
they kept some players.
Maybe they're gonna try and run it back one more time
So,
and then
yeah, they
blow
might
it
run
up
it back.
I
after.
don't know.
But-
Yeah, but the Nets have
Yeah,
done
so
nothing.
as of right now, the Nets literally haven't done anything.
Yeah, I mean,
they
they,
had the
KD's
57th
coming back,
pick.
so by default,
They
they're,
picked for Landry Shamet.
That's actually
So,
a decent.
that's not
they got
bad.
him for nothing. So
Yeah,
yeah, sure.
and
give him a
then they
B,
signed
just
Jeff
they've
Green,
done
which
nothing.
oh wait, no, I didn't know they signed Jeff Green. Because then they're gonna get Harden. Oh no, but now they're not gonna get Ibaka.
Yeah.
Because it was like
Didn't
if they
Ibaka
got
already
Harden and they
sign?
got Ibaka,
Yeah,
it would
Ibaka
just
is
be
coming.
the 2012
Yeah.
Thunder.
Yeah.
But now Ibaka ruined it.
All right.
All right,
Yeah.
so that's anticlimactic.
Oh,
Charlotte
Yeah.
It's a
Hornets.
big one.
LaMelo Ball.
I
Very
think
good pick.
LaMelo is like gonna be the best player in this draft, like realistically.
I would be very surprised unless Hayward just goes back to like what he was gonna be when he signed with the Celtics.
But he's still
I
the
think
number 2
LaMelo Ball is
option.
rookie of the year. I know,
He's the
but
number 2 option on that team, Hayward.
yeah.
You definitely want
Nah,
LaMelo.
I don't.
I'd
I
rather
don't
have
really
LaMelo
know.
have the ball.
Well, no, I'm saying like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It depends on how good Gordon Hayward is. Because if Gordon Hayward is good, then you make him the number 1 option. If you think
I
you just want
guess.
LaMelo to develop and you don't really care about Gordon Hayward, but if you give Gordon
The
Hayward a
thing
max
is,
contract, you probably want him
Yeah.
to do good.
I know people think they overpaid for Hayward. I really like the Hayward signing for them because last year, the Celtics, right, he averaged 17 and a half as the 4th option, right? And in his All-Star
is
year,
true.
he averaged 21. So is it that crazy to think
Yeah.
he could go back to that kind of All-Star production with the
Yeah.
Hornets when
It's
he's going
just
to be one of the
4
primary ball
years.
handlers?
He's already what 30, 31.
Yeah, okay, the years could be tough at the end of that contract, but for right now, if they want
Yeah.
to make the playoffs, I mean, like a starting
They
lineup with
could.
LaMelo, Vontae,
I don't know if they're gonna
Hayward,
make the playoffs.
I don't think they will.
Are they gonna be better than the
Hayward
Hawks and the
and
Magic?
CJ.
Yeah, I don't think they will, but I
Like,
think they could. So
Yeah, it's definitely a
Pacers.
possibility.
yeah.
And then Vernon Carey at 32 also could be a good pickup. He was.
He
I know in high school he was like
way
one of the.
higher, I think,
Yeah, he was
so.
like top 10 ranked in high school.
Yeah.
So he could be a solid backup for Zeller.
Yeah, the only question mark is like you kind of don't have a center still. You still run Cody Zeller at the center.
Yeah, he's still
which is
Cody
kinda
Zeller.
like,
Unless
yikes.
Vernon Carey becomes Jesus, but obviously
I
that's
don't-
unlikely
yeah,
because,
that's unlikely.
32nd pick in a very weak draft.
But yeah, Hornets, it's a B off season for me because there's some question
Yeah.
marks, but I give it a
Yeah.
B.
I give it a B just because of the LaMelo and Hayward signing.
Yeah. Chicago Bulls. Patrick Williams at 4. Ooh.
I don't
This
understand
Tough pick.
offseason
that.
is a D. I'm sorry. This is not a good
Yeah.
offseason.
Because they haven't
an
done
F,
anything else.
They have done
honestly.
nothing.
I mean,
And
they signed Garrett Temple,
when the
like
Bulls
whatever.
are one of those teams that are trying to make the playoffs and you do nothing except draft Patrick Williams at 4,
Yeah.
that's not
And
very
then,
good.
yeah.
And unless they tried to trade down and they couldn't, that pick makes no sense. I don't
I think
understand.
Even
they tried,
still,
but
though.
like, I don't know. Are you that
Like,
confident that Patrick
if you,
Williams?
Exactly.
if you
Are
could
you
get, like,
that?
Benny or Obi or like
Yeah, Okoro or
Isaac
anyone like that.
Okoro, like you have all of these guys, and then you go with a 6th man
Yeah,
that was projected to maybe not even make the top 10. Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
The
But
highest team that
we
had
definitely
interest
could get
was
a
the
better pick.
Pistons at 7.
Yeah.
And like, if you're that scared that the Pistons are gonna take him at 7, so you take him at 4,
Yeah, that's weird.
then
I'd rather honestly, I feel like Isaac Okoro would be very good for them.
Yeah, that would be really good
Defensively
for
next
them.
to Zach LaVine and
I
Laurie and all them.
like
I don't know.
the Denny pick for them. Like I know Denny doesn't really play defense, not really
Yeah.
a shooter, but the problem is they need another playmaker along Zach, and that's what Denny can do at
Yeah,
3/4. So I thought that pick would have been good, but
the
Yeah.
fact that Denny
Yeah.
dropped to the Wizards is insane.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That
That is,
and the
This
fact that
offseason's
what's his face? Wow, I can't think of his name. Tyrese dropped.
Tyrese to 12. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's crazy.
so yeah, that not very good. It
Nope.
was a solid
Yeah,
D plus maybe.
D minus,
Alright.
F. Like not
Avs
good.
drafted Isaac Okoro at 5. I think that's a good pick
That's good
because
value.
Yeah.
I like Okoro at
obviously
5.
Colin Sexton and Darius Garland are a very bad defensive backcourt.
Yeah. But
So
yeah, Isaac can help that. I mean, for the
Yeah.
Cavs, I mean, they're not trying to be good, so I
Yeah.
don't really take
Yeah,
it
yeah.
And
this
they're
offseason.
in the very very early stages of rebuild mode.
So the fact
and
that
then they
do-
They're just
traded.
they're trying to acquire players at this
Who
point.
did they trade? Jordan Bell, Alfonso McKinney for
yeah,
JaVale.
JaVale McGee. Yep.
That's solid. That's
I
whatever.
mean, I don't know why you
Replaces
wanted to
Tristan
trade
Thompson.
JaVale, but yeah,
Yeah, I guess they would just want to replace Tristan Thompson.
I guess.
If you're rebuilding, wouldn't you want to go younger?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, Cavs,
I don't
whatever.
know.
C, I
Yeah,
guess. I
solid.
don't know.
See,
Didn't really
yeah.
do much. Drafted
Whatever.
a good young player.
Dallas Mavericks traded for Josh Richardson.
They
Mhm.
did a lot.
So that's like
So
I don't know, Seth Curry
Yeah, so do you
for
value
Josh Richardson.
the shooting of Seth Curry or like the
Yeah.
defense of Josh Richardson?
I mean, the problem with the Mavericks last season, like they were like an all-time great offensive team. They didn't really have anything defensively.
Yeah,
So
I
I mean, I
don't-
guess if you really
Yeah.
think defense was that much of a problem that you trade like one of the top shooters in the league, like I mean, I guess
I know. I'm not a fan. I mean, I like some of the draft picks. Josh Green at 18, I think is pretty good. Tyrell Terry at 31 could be a steal.
Deal.
But
Yeah.
like Seth Curry's a question mark. When you have Luka as the primary ball handler, I think you need that kind of flamethrower shooter at your side that he can just kick out to and let it fly. And I don't know if Josh Richardson's that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
And
no.
the
He definitely
James
wasn't a
Johnson trade, they traded like a decent amount for James Johnson. Like,
Yeah,
that,
obviously
I don't
I
know.
loved that.
I know you did,
We got
but
it was like a first, a second, and
yeah, they lost.
Justin Jackson.
They
Like,
lost DeLon Wright. It's just like it's not exactly.
where did
what the
JJ
numbers-
sign with? I didn't even know he went somewhere else. You know
I
where?
don't know, man.
No.
He hasn't signed yet.
Yeah, I guess they just have him there because he's a free agent.
All right.
All right.
They've,
So yeah, that's whatever. That's weird.
I mean, maybe they got better. Maybe no one really. You gotta wait to see
C+.
how they.
Denver didn't really do anything. RJ at 24. I think that's a
Pretty good pick.
another low risk, high reward. Like
Yeah,
when they
that
took
could be good.
MPJ 2 years ago, they took Bobo at like 44 last year.
The
It's
only
just
thing that
another late
kinda-
pick that could turn out good.
Like they lost Jeremy Grant, which is kind of like that. Kind
Yeah.
of sucks.
I
They
know.
also
That's
they
tough.
lost Mason Plumlee.
And Mason
they lost both
Plumlee,
the Pistons,
Torrey
but
Craig.
they brought back Paul Millsap on a 1 year, so it's like they probably got
Yeah.
worse for losing those players. But then again, maybe it was the right decision to not pay the contracts that the Pistons paid him.
Although,
Yeah, Mason
apparently-
Plumlee that much money. That's
Yeah.
absurd.
There was a rumor. I don't know how true it was. I didn't really look into it at all. But apparently they offered Jeremy Grant the exact same contract, the 3 years, 60 million
I
or
think so,
whatever
yeah,
it was.
he wanted a bigger role.
Yeah.
So
'Cause, I
Yeah.
mean, that had to have been it. If you offer the same contract,
Yeah.
then clearly you don't care about winning. If you're gonna go to the Pistons over the Nuggets,
the
like you
Pistons,
just
yeah,
went to the
so-
Western Conference
is-
Finals, and then you're gonna
yeah.
go to the Pistons.
They're
Like,
gonna
Yeah.
leave.
but now they have like 17 bigs. So are you even gonna get that
Exactly.
big of a
Are you
role?
getting minutes on that? As many minutes as you want?
Well, he's probably still going to be starting, so I
That is
don't know
true.
if it depends if Blake comes back.
Yeah.
It's a mess there. Yeah.
So yeah,
Pistons
they lost a decent amount of depth.
are
You know,
in a
they lost their
weird
backup
spot.
center, they lost their backup power forward, small forward.
Jeremy Grant
don't
can
really
play
know what-
anywhere.
I don't really know what Jeremy Grant played.
Bench, he would do everything.
You
for that
lose
team,
Torrey
so-
Craig, like they just lost their depth.
Yeah,
But
it's like a.
I mean, you
don't
still
know.
have. I mean, you still could have Bobo if he could be the replacement for Mason Plumlee.
Yeah.
And I guess it doesn't really matter.
And you still have
But
Jokic and Jamal Murray.
Jeremy Grant could be big because obviously 3-and-D on
Yeah.
any championship contending team is what you need.
Yeah.
That's
So.
like, I don't know, like a C minus for that. They
Yeah,
lost some depth.
C minus. All right, Pistons. A lot of stuff happened with the
Pistons.
Pistons.
Pistons get an F.
I'm sorry.
They're-
this is an F
they're
off
selling.
season.
How
did
the
a
fuck
lot.
do you trade everything and change everything just to get worse?
Look at all these people.
Like
So-
honestly,
Alright.
Killian Hayes at
I
7.
don't get
I
it.
do like that pick.
That's a solid pick.
Killing Hayes
That's
is
not
good.
that terrible. Isaiah Stewart at
Another big man
16.
that can't shoot.
Sadiq Bey at
Good.
19.
Like that pick.
So they had a
So
lot
this
of
said
picks.
Stan Lee at first,
Fuck Stanley.
and I was like, "What the fuck?"
So they traded for DeLon Wright, Zon Musa, Rodney McGruder, and Dwayne Dedman. Pretty sure they released Dwayne Dedman like yesterday.
I don't.
They
paid all of this money for
Just
Jeremy
to-
Grant, Mason
yeah.
Plumlee, Jaleel
Yeah.
Okafor. They drafted
And then you
a
let
center,
Christian Wood
and you
walk.
let Christian Wood walk.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
So
Like you
You're
do all that
offering
stuff for
all of
big
that-
men.
and you're offering all that money to Mason Plumlee and Jeremy Grant, but you don't bring back Christian Wood. Doesn't make any sense.
and it's not like they did like a Knicks where they give out 1 year deals. No, they locked themselves into
Oh,
these
yeah,
guys.
they-
Jeremy
yeah,
Grant's on
yeah.
a 3-year deal. Mason Plumlee's
Yeah,
on
they're
a
screwed
4-year
over.
deal. I
Josh
don't
Jackson's
know.
I mean,
terrible at
unless
basketball.
Christian Wood wanted to leave, but there's
He was
nothing.
restricted, right? Couldn't they match Christian Wood?
He was. I don't know if he was.
I
but,
think he was. I'm
yeah,
pretty sure.
I don't know.
I don't
They're-
actually really know.
Terrible.
I don't know what the fuck the Pistons are doing.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're
So
just
yeah, that's a
they're
solid
screwing
pick.
top of them
themselves.
having Blake Griffin already as their best player, who's walked up
Yeah,
massive contract. So
I don't
Yeah.
know.
that's
They're not doing great.
All right, Golden State Warriors.
terrible.
Golden State would have had an amazing
James
offseason
Wiseman.
if it wasn't for
Nico
That
at
injury.
48 could be good. He could be a solid backup.
Yeah,
this would
Kelly
be a
Oubre
great
makes me very upset.
this would be a great
It was a
team if it
terrible
wasn't for
trade.
the Clay injury.
the Clay injury.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
They
they're
got Brad. They
they're
got
3
Kent
or 4
Bazemore.
seed with this roster, but with Clay.
Yeah.
Without Clay, low playoff seed.
no,
maybe.
Wiseman at 2, I think, is a good pick for them if they were.
Wiseman-
Yeah.
They've been
Wiseman
needing a
was a very
center
good pick.
for so long.
Oubre's a steal, I think.
Oubre,
for
I'm
Oubre's
still
player.
so upset about that trade.
Yeah, I don't understand what the
horrible.
Thunder are doing.
And they didn't
That
have
is
any
so
bench. Brad
frustrating.
Wanamaker, Kent Bazemore, that helps.
Brad
helps
Wanamaker
bench.
is their
They didn't really
backup.
lose
Gives them
anybody,
some
Yeah.
depth.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they only lost Dragon Bender. Ooh,
Former number
like
4 overall pick.
I
Right
think he got
there.
minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely at least an A minus.
Yeah, I'll give him a
A
Probably
minus.
an A.
minus.
Yeah.
I mean,
Houston
probably like A
Rockets.
minus, but like couldn't really do anything about Clay injury, so
So as of right now, the Houston Rockets
signed
are
Christian Wood.
good.
Yeah.
They got Christian
better.
Wood. They got DeMarcus Cousins.
Traded.
They traded away Rocco, which was like not
Weird.
that good, but they got the son of former NBA player Kenyon Martin.
Yep. The thing, okay, so like on paper, right? On paper.
I mean, that doesn't really matter, but
This is a good
yeah.
offseason, right? Like it looks, you get Christian Wood,
Yeah.
Marcus Cousins. The problem is when you think about the whole offseason and how this team is absolutely imploded.
Yeah, it almost doesn't matter.
I don't know if I can, right? Because it's like cool, you add all these players for James Harden and Westbrook
Yeah.
who don't really want to be there.
Yeah, but who want to leave?
And then you traded Robert Covington for like nothing, which was like, oh, as soon as
Yeah,
they did that,
for
I'm like,
Trevor
okay,
Ariza.
Assuming they're
right?
gonna blow it up, and
Yeah.
now they're not.
And now they're not. So
Yeah.
I
And
don't know what to say.
I saw on
I think
Twitter
if
that
they were
maybe
doing
they
that-
get rid of Harden and keep Westbrook on the team because Westbrook wants to be the star. So maybe they
yeah.
just keep Westbrook and try and compete, give him that
Yikes.
star role.
Well, like unless Rocco wanted out, like I don't understand why you trade Rocco for virtually nothing
because
before you
maybe they
trade
think
Harden.
they're blowing it up, and now
Yeah.
But why not just wait until you blow it up?
I don't know, because
You
maybe
know?
they gotta.
I mean,
What did they get in
They get a
return?
good pick. They got 2 firsts from the Blazers. They got number 16 this year, and then that ended up going to the Pistons, I think, for like Isaiah Stewart and stuff. There was a lot of moving parts in that trade.
Yeah, there were so many trades in
And
there.
they got a future first
draft.
in returns. Like they did get some decent picks, but
Yeah.
I mean, I
So,
want to give. I'd give it
long
like
as
a C.
yeah,
plus.
as long as the team isn't just like have the worst chemistry ever, I feel like it was a good. It was like an A.
yeah,
A minus.
It's
It's just purely based on how the team
I
like.
guess the Robert Covington trade I think would knock it down for me, so I'd give it a B. I think that's
Yeah.
what I would do, but
Yeah, the Rocco trade was terrible. So yeah, I'd say B plus, A minus.
Yeah.
If they contend, if they trade stuff away, then I mean, it
I
depends
think
on
it's
what
a
the
C,
return is.
C plus because I feel like the chemistry's just gonna screw them over.
that could happen. But
Like everyone reportedly everyone on that team hates Harden. I don't know how true that is, but apparently no one likes Harden, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
Indiana Pacers, nothing
Don't know.
really happened. Drafted
This
Cassius
guy?
Stanley.
Nothing.
Apparently, Cassius Stanley is a steal. They traded for Jalen Lacroix, which made me upset because he's a Thunder fan and his favorite player is Russell Westbrook. So it's kind of frustrating that we traded him for TJ Leaf, but whatever. I feel like all the Thunder fans also hated that
they've
trade.
done virtually nothing, which
yeah.
for a normal team I wouldn't care. But for the
Yeah.
Pacers who have all these questions about Victor Oladipo and Miles Turner,
Yeah.
right, and the fit there, and does he
You
want
still have
out, and you're
Sabonis,
still
who's
in the middle
coming
of the
off an
East,
All-Star season.
and you've done
Yeah.
nothing. That
Yeah, now Miles Turner knows he's in trade talks, so he might not be happy.
I know that's just like, ooh, I don't know.
I mean, maybe you just hope TJ Warren can just come out of
Okay, good.
the gates bubble TJ and be bubble TJ the entire season.
He's definitely not going to be both.
But exactly, like that's if like I don't know, you can't be betting on that.
So yeah, that I
don't-
C minus, I guess.
Yeah, I gotta give that a low grade. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
Clippers.
Makes no sense.
So they
got
traded
better,
they
kind
traded
of.
Landry Shamet for Luke Kennard, which is a very good trade for them.
They picked up Surge.
They
to replace
signed Surge, which was also good. But losing Montrez, losing Reggie Jackson, you give Marcus Morris not a bad contract, but it was a lot.
His brother got a minimum. It's fun. It's so funny to me.
The thing is, like, I think Serge Ibaka could be a better fit for this Clippers team, right? Because one of the things that killed the Clippers was them playing Montrez down the stretch in like close games, and his defense hurt them, and he wasn't scoring. They kept playing him. So Serge might be a better fit, but the problem is this team better, right? Like, this season, is this team now better than they were last year? Because I know who did get better. Their biggest rivals, the Lakers.
The Lakers.
And the Clippers are
The
not.
reigning champs.
No one's beating the Lakers. I feel like Lakers repeat. But we'll get to them.
Yeah, Clippers.
I feel like they didn't get better, but I don't know if they didn't get that much worse.
They didn't get
either.
worse.
Like it's not really it's just a different. They didn't get better, but they didn't get worse. It's just different. They're switching it up.
I feel like they got a little bit better.
You gotta it just depends on how.
Because like you replace Montrez with Surge, which is like
Yeah.
Montrez is obviously better than Serge, but Serge is a better fit. And
Yeah,
then
Bree's different.
you trade Landry Shamet, who didn't even get minutes, for Luke Kennard, who's a very solid, who could be a solid backup behind Paul George. So I feel like I
You
give
just
him
gotta
B.
hope that playoff P dies. You gotta hope that
Yeah,
playoff P goes
pandemic
away,
P.
and you get Paul PG-13 back. Like
Way
you
off.
gotta hope you get Thunder Paul George instead of Pandemic
Yeah.
P. Like
Yeah. So
Kawhi
yeah,
needs to
I
make.
give it a
I mean,
B.
I don't know. I feel like they got better.
Yeah, I give it
I
a
don't.
B.
They didn't really get
I
better,
feel
but they
like
didn't get worse either.
Lakers.
A
Sheesh.
plus.
A plus.
Yeah,
A
for
plus.
sure.
They're
I've talked
running
about
the
this
league.
offseason before. This is amazing.
They're
Sign
running the
Montrez,
league.
sign Wes Matthews, re-sign Markieff, trade for Schroeder. I mean, trade for Jordan Bell and Alfonso McKinney, but they're probably gonna waive both of them.
Get off Danny Green for a better shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look
Yeah,
for
you trade
cheaper.
Danny Green for Dennis Schroeder.
If you looked
Like
at
Danny
the
Green in
players they
28.
got, you'd be like, oh, okay, they're decent players. But the fact that they already won a championship and have now gotten
Yeah,
better
yeah.
makes it so much more.
And they still
Yeah.
have Kuzma, who is Kuzma.
Ooh, Kuzma.
He's just Kuzma.
But now they don't have a backup center, do they?
Yeah,
Because
they
they lost JaVale and Dwight.
Yeah, but they picked up Marc Gasol and
Yeah.
Oh, Marcus
Montreal.
Gasol, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about Marcus Gasol.
Yeah, so Montrez is gonna come off the bench for that team. I would think. And,
Probably.
Yeah.
Still win 6
Honestly,
again.
I feel like they should have kept JaVale instead of trading him and then signing Marcus Gasol.
I
feel-
like Marc Gasol way better than JaVale.
Yeah.
McGee.
Stretch.
Especially when you run a too big lineup, I think you need that center to be able to shoot. You can let AD
Base the floor
post
for AD
up.
and LeBron.
So yeah, I like Marc Gasol more.
All right, but yeah, still an A plus.
A plus.
Still very good.
I don't see any team beating them.
All right, Grizzlies didn't really do anything. Had some late picks.
Desmond Bain not bad at 30.
Trade for Mario Hezonja, whatever.
Woo. See.
They didn't lose. Like
They got young
the
players.
best play they lost was literally no one. They're
Yeah.
all
They weren't gonna contend this year. They didn't get worse. It's whatever.
They're,
It's just,
Rookie-
they're,
rookie
they're
of the
probably
year,
going to get
Jonathan
better
Porter.
just because Jaren Jackson and Ja are probably going to improve.
uh,
So they'll probably be better
yeah.
next season just because of
yeah.
Yeah.
But
progression.
everything they did here didn't do anything. So see,
see.
yeah.
nothing happened. Miami
didn't
Heat
do anything. other
drafted
than draft-
Precious.
That's a really good pick
whatever.
at 20, honestly.
Signed Mo Harkless, Avery Bradley, Austin Rivers. Lost Jay Crowder and Derrick Jones Jr., so that's tough.
Jay Crowder was really good for them in the playoffs, just
Jay
I feel
knocking
like-
down
got hurt,
threes.
But they brought back
Yeah.
Dragic, which is huge for them.
Yeah, for sure.
True.
So, I mean, I don't know.
They gave Bam the max, locked in Bam. So I don't know. I guess
Yeah.
Giannis
it's
is not
pretty good.
going to the Heat,
Yeah,
which is
Yeah.
nice. I'm happy about that. I don't know. They didn't really. They lost Jay
Apparently,
Crowder,
AD is
which
trying
is
to get him to the Lakers. Like trying to work his contract around it so they can sign Giannis.
bro. I swear to God,
Which
if they
would
get Giannis,
Destroy the league. That would be worse than the Warriors.
Oh no.
by far,
Yeah, it's 3 top 5 players, and that's never happened.
Yeah.
it's the top two players.
When the third best player on your team is Anthony Davis, like, come on.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
on.
And then your
Come on.
fifth best is Schroeder.
Facts.
Yeah.
And then Montrez is your
Schroeder,
sixth
Montrez.
best player. That's
Yeah.
absurd.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like they'll probably
yeah.
get
The
better.
Heat
Bam
are
might
like a C plus, I would say, because everything
The
they got,
Heat, yeah.
they lost something in return.
Yeah, for sure. So they didn't really change that much.
amazing playoff run. Probably just gonna run it back.
All right, Bucks. Drew Holiday.
I think they
Jeez.
gave up a lot, but if you think getting Drew
it's worth
Holiday, huh?
I think it's worth it because it's similar to the Paul George trade, where it's like you
No, I
trade
know,
Paul
that's what I'm
George so
saying.
you can
That's what I
sign
was gonna
Kawhi.
say.
Yeah, like you
If
trade
you
for Drew
think that
Holiday in the hopes that
if
you
Giannis
can
says,
be
"Hey,
honest.
get Drew Holiday," and I'll stay in Milwaukee, then hey, you get
yeah,
Drew
then it's
Holiday.
worth 2 picks,
Do
or
whatever
3
you
picks,
you give
whatever it
up
was.
as much as you have to.
Yeah. I think for
So.
now, this offseason was really good because they added a lot of bench depth too, like DJ Augustine, Bobby Portis. They signed Bryn Forbes, which is a pretty good pickup. Like they added a lot of
Yeah.
bench depth on top
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Drew Holiday, who's like going to be miles better than Eric Bledsoe was for them. So
Mhm.
as for
Which if
now,
they got
I think this is an A. But if if you lose Giannis and you just trade
If you
him,
lose
if you
Giannis,
lose
that's-
Giannis, it's terrible.
this turns into
But
an
then you
F.
don't have your picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So yeah, as of right now, it's very good.
A plus could turn into an F.
Yeah, Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards, the number 1, was
I
a
like
very
it.
good pick.
I don't know how I feel about Anthony Edwards.
I think for what they need, it's a very good pick.
Yeah. Very
Because
good.
they didn't need Wiseman, they didn't need
He said,
LaMelo.
like, I don't know. The way he talks about basketball makes it seem like he does not want
Yeah,
to play.
I feel like he just
Which I don't understand.
honestly, I feel like it was like a way for him, like I don't know, maybe he just doesn't want to play in Minnesota, so he's like, oh, I'll just say I don't like basketball. But like now that he's on the Timberwolves, that's like whatever.
But he's still saying that kind of stuff.
What I didn't see any of that.
I'm pretty sure. Like
I only saw the one thing.
I saw like after the draft, like a day after or something, he got interviewed and he said something. I forget what exactly he said, but I don't know.
Ricky Rubio for
Ricky Rubio's okay, but
what did they trade? We've done so many
they
trades.
traded
Was it
18
James
and
Johnson?
25, right? They traded 18 and 25
Yeah.
for
No,
No,
18.
sorry.
Didn't 18 go to the Mavs?
It was Rubio 25 and 28 for 17, and we drafted Poku.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm very hyped about Poku, but we'll get to that when we get to the Thunder.
Poku.
I don't know. It just seems weird, like paying $17 million for a backup point guard. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, but he's a vet. He brings that
He's
veteran
been there
president.
before. They signed Malik Beasley for a pretty big bag, but I do like Malik Beasley, so I don't know. The Timberwolves are weird. I'll give them a B. I think they made some good moves.
it's a B. I think the Anthony Edwards pick is good for what they need.
I think if they're in the East, they make the playoffs probably, but I don't know if they'll make it in the West just because every team in the West except for like 2.
Pelicans honestly had a good offseason. I know they traded away Drew Holiday.
But they got so much in return. They got so much in return.
But Kyra Lewis at 13 could be a good pick.
Mm-hmm.
Getting Eric Bledsoe is like, whatever. I feel like they'll probably start Lonzo.
Their point guards just scare me though. I mean, you draft Kira Lewis, that's a point guard. You have Lonzo.
You have Lonzo, and you trade for Eric
Bledsoe. That's a point guard. You trade for George Hill. That's a point guard.
I mean, I guess in theory you could put one of them at. No, George Hill's on the Thunder.
George Hill went to the Thunder.
Yeah, George Hill's on the
3
Thunder.
Yeah.
For Steven Adams, right?
Still, that's like 3.
Steven Adams, which is a weird fit next to Zion, because then you have no shooting in your front court.
I don't like that, but
that's a weird pickup for them.
But the Drew Holiday trade is just so good for them. Got so much in return.
Yeah, those picks are good. Well, I mean, they probably won't be good picks, but there's always the chance that Giannis leaves and then the picks get higher up in the draft.
And you locked up Brandon Ingram.
And the Brandon Ingram.
Yep.
Plus.
Yeah, that's very good. That's good for them.
It's a B for me, honestly.
I'll give him a C.
I give it
a little bit of a question.
Yeah, I give it a B minus. Yeah, I feel like Steven Adams with Giannis, not Giannis. Steven Adams with Zion is that's a terrible fit. And then with all those point guards, that's bad.
Yeah.
New York Knicks, Obi Toppin at 8 could be good.
Obi Toppin will be the GOAT.
I know you're high on Obi.
I don't know why.
Nerlens Noel. Oof.
Rest in peace, Nerlens Noel.
It was very good.
Yeah.
Although he kind of does the same thing Mitchell Robinson does, so like.
Yeah, but he's just not as good as Mitchell Robinson, so.
Yeah, but I'm saying like then your backup is like doing the exact same thing as the starter. It's kind of like when the Nets signed DeAndre Jordan. Like it's like he does the same thing as Jared Allen, just not as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really understand the point of that, but I mean whatever. You want to get guys, you get guys.
I mean the Knicks didn't do much. I'm happy the Knicks didn't have an offseason where they just overpay a bunch of random people because they have the cap space.
And they did,
honestly,
they got Austin Rivers, so now they have an actual point guard instead of Dennis Smith Jr.
Throwing lobs to Obi. I think they did. I think they did good just because they didn't give any crazy contracts out.
I mean they missed out on Fred VanVleet and stuff, but like I don't know what they were gonna offer Fred, so it's kind of hard to judge if they were gonna offer.
I think Freddie deserves a max. I think Freddie is very, very good.
So he definitely does deserve a max.
I don't know about a max.
He deserves the bag. He doesn't deserve a max.
He pretty much got one, right?
No.
How much did
he got 4 years, $85 million.
Oh damn, that's way less than I thought.
So yeah, I give it like a C, I guess.
Yeah, C.
All right.
Thunder.
Yes.
Thunder basketball. All right.
Sam Presti pick. Nut.
Stop.
That's about all we have to say about
so,
Thunder.
There's a lot to go over here. Let's just start with the trades. So Chris Paul
traded their entire team for first-round picks, except for Shea and Dort.
Yeah. Chris Paul. The Chris Paul trade was a good trade. Start off good. Kelly Oubre, Ricky Rubio, Ty Jerome, Jalen Lacroix.
Yeah.
But then we traded everyone away. Although low key, I still don't know how to feel about the Rubio trade because Rubio 25, 28 move up to 17. Like that's not a horrible trade.
Well, it
Then you get
depends what he
Poku.
turns out to.
Depends on how
It literally
Poker
Yeah.
is.
uh,
If he becomes,
Yeah.
if he's a good pickup for them, then
Yeah.
really good return. But
Yeah.
if he turns out to be
Bad,
then it's
then that's bad.
Yeah,
it's an
I don't know. I feel like
tough.
they have too many picks. They just sold players they didn't need to sell.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like this Jalen Lacroix trade. Still
or like,
upset about that.
Oubre for like basically 2 seconds. Is
Oubre
like,
was
especially
so
when Oubre is
frustrating.
like a young player. You're trying to
Yeah.
get younger, and he's
Yeah.
already
I
young.
don't understand why
and
they
could be good.
traded Oubre. To be honest,
So,
it's
Yeah.
strange
You took
because he
on-
could have
So-
been around for the rebuild.
Yeah.
Like you could have kept him.
Because on Twitter, because obviously I follow a lot of Thunder accounts, they were
Yeah.
saying how like, we get because apparently he's an expiring deal.
Yeah.
Like he only has a year left, and
I guess that's true.
it gives us a trade exception, which we might have used for Horford. I don't know if we used it yet, but it was like a $14 million exception.
No, I don't think you've used your trade
So they would
exception
take
because
on
I've heard
contract.
of rumors that the Thunder might try to take on Nick Batum's contract because now he's
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, because we also got one from Steven Adams.
yeah,
We got
that's
27
true.
mil
Yeah,
from Steven Adams.
if you take on
So
Nick
that's
Batum,
that's
that'd
what
be
we would
good.
use.
But
Well, yeah, but we're not trying to win, so we're not going to sign anyone.
I
So
know,
contracts
but
don't
like
matter.
still, like yikes.
Yeah.
I mean, I give their. I mean, I guess it depends on what they do with all their.
I'll give it a
picks,
B for
Yeah.
now, just because they've acquired like the assets. It's just how
Yeah, you
those
have
turn
to
out.
give it a B just because of the amount of picks.
I'm
What?
not even close to
What-
why
really?
grading.
I'm fine. What are you gonna say?
What else is?
Alright.
What else do you want to talk about? Huh?
So the shorter trade,
Yeah.
right? So originally, Danny Green for 28, horrible
Mhm.
return for
Yes.
the should have been 6th man of the year, right?
Yeah.
And then you get Al Horford, and then you get a 1st-round pick and a 2nd-round pick, and that European dude who I literally don't know what his name is. I don't know. Is it in here? No, it's not. I don't even know what his name is. But apparently he's also good at basketball.
He
And
got
you get
drafted.
rid of Terrence Ferguson, who can only be athletic, and that's the only thing he does on the court.
I do know you're a Terrence Ferguson hater, so
He's
whatever.
not as much as Deontay Burton. I hate Deontay Burton. I wish we cut him right now.
Okay.
That's aggressive.
But yeah, that we got a decent return. Definitely better than Danny Green in 28.
Yeah.
And then the Steven Adams trade, I still don't know what the trade was. It was like a 4-team trade.
Yeah,
I
there's
was
so much
sleeping.
happening that it's just like
I haven't even looked at it yet. I know we got what's his face? I don't even remember. George Hill.
Yeah, you did get George Hill.
We got
Yeah,
George Hill,
it
we
doesn't
got
really
a
matter what
pick.
the trade is. If you just look at the players lost to players gained with picks, you can kind of
Yeah.
just make a inference.
Yeah,
as to
because
what it was.
all this stuff, it doesn't even include the picks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how to feel about the Steven Adams trade because like we needed to trade him, and I mean he's making 27 million, so it's honestly good to get rid of him. But like,
Hello.
He's a Thunder icon.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Yeah.
But
Thunder.
and then we lost Gallo, lost Nerlens.
The Gallo for nothing.
The
does
Gallo
hurt.
thing's an L.
That's
tough.
hurts.
Yeah, that is tough, especially because we were talking about a sign and trade with the Mavs, and then we just don't get anything.
Yeah.
Nerlens Noel, I wish we could have kept him because I mean, like, I don't know, I just like Nerlens Noel game.
He's not. Yeah. I like him for a backup.
And I want to keep Andre. He's still a free agent. I just want to keep Andre Roberson just because, like.
Just because he's Andre Roberson.
Yeah, because like it's kind of like Steven Adams. I mean, obviously, but not really like Steven Adams. I don't even know why I said that. But like, I just want he's been on the Thunder his whole career, so
yeah,
it'd be nice
I
to
guess,
keep him around. And he probably won't want that big of a contract. Like, I can't imagine it being more than like 6 or 7 million. I mean, the dude has barely played in the last 2 years.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I give it in terms of going into a rebuild, it's an A+.
Oh.
Like, just the amount of picks are absurd.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I'm gonna stick with the B just because I think there's some things I could have done better, but
yeah, for sure. But it's still just in terms of going into a rebuild. Like,
I think
it's very hard to get better than
rebuild-wise,
that.
phenomenal. But like, I don't know. I feel like it's to the point where they have so many picks that they have too many. That like
yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
you can never have too many picks, but like you can't even pick that many people. Like you don't even have enough spots to fill. Like
yeah,
you're gonna have too many players.
yeah. We made so many trades. I know like 5 people in the room right now.
Yeah,
like literally Shea, Bays, Dort, Hill, Horford, Poku. Like
Yeah.
I don't know anyone
Vincent
on the team.
Poirier.
Vincent
God,
Poirier.
he was so terrible at basketball. It's not even
Okay,
funny.
but if he turns into even just anything decent, like
Yeah.
we traded a second round pick in cash. So if he turns into anything, that's a good trade.
I mean, sure.
Like it's low risk and I mean not really high reward, but average
Yeah.
reward.
It's low
So yeah,
risk, low reward.
A plus.
All right.
My Thunder
Sure.
I
tangent
give
is
it an
over.
A minus,
Sure.
B
I'll give it to you.
plus in that
All right,
range.
Orlando Magic. So they drafted Cole Anthony,
Yeah.
which like
Pick. Cole Anthony's good. I
I
like
mean
Cole Anthony.
I don't remember who was on the board, but I feel like that kind of gives the implication that like you don't really trust Markel Fultz.
Yeah, but I mean, you do need 2 point guards, and you lost DJ Augustine, so like you still have room for them both to
Yeah,
play.
but I feel like they could have got like I don't know, like who's their small forward? Oh,
John
John
Isaac.
Yeah, but John Isaac. I mean, John Isaac's out for the season, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess.
The Magic. I don't know. I don't
It's
like
not
this
that. I
offseason.
mean, they didn't really do
Well,
anything other than
I
drafting
just
Cole
don't.
Anthony,
Yeah,
right? They didn't do
yeah,
anything.
Yeah.
no.
I
I think
don't
Cole
like.
Anthony's
I don't
a
know
good
who's on the
player, so
board.
I'd give it a B plus just because I think Cole Anthony's good.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know who's on the board.
See, I would give a
I know
different take
Poku was on the board.
because they did nothing. I hate this offseason because the Magic have been in this kind of spot of like we're gonna make
Yeah.
the 8th seed every year,
Like
and get
7, 8
swept
seed.
in the first round, and it
Yeah.
happens all the time. And I
No,
was
they lose.
hoping
No,
They won
win
game one.
Yeah, okay. They
win
win
one.
game one, and then they lose every game. And I was
Game
hoping
one
that
Magic.
maybe they would actually do something to either blow it up
Yeah.
or
go
get better.
on.
And they've done nothing.
They didn't do
So
anything,
they're
yeah.
just going to be in the same spot with other bottom of the East teams getting better, like the Hawks, like the Hornets that could compete
Yeah.
for those spots.
The
And I
Bulls,
just,
I don't know.
yeah, I don't like it. D plus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I see that.
I respect that.
Yeah.
All right, 76ers. I honestly,
What
I'm
did
like
they do? They got
they-
Dwight
they've
Howard.
done- yeah, so they got Dwight Howard, which is like, I mean, he doesn't really fit. I guess he's a good backup.
Yeah.
But you get off the Al Horford contract, you turn Josh Richardson into Seth Curry, who's one of the best shooters in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what they traded Zaire Smith for.
It was I don't remember. I think it was was it Tony? I know it was. I think it was a big man, but I'm not sure.
Tony
It
Bradley.
might have been Tony Bradley.
Oh yeah. So Tony Bradley, yeah. I mean that kind of defeats the purpose of signing Dwight, but
Well, Tony Bradley's not
then
going
you
to
have
really
3
get big
centers.
minutes.
Yeah,
It's
that's
Tony
fair.
Bradley.
Yeah.
I
but
really
yeah,
like
getting
this
the shooting
offseason.
with Seth Curry, Danny
Yeah.
Green. I mean,
They
he
fixed their
wasn't
shooting
that good
problem.
last year,
They
but
did. They got shooters, which is the big thing they
Because
needed.
not
and
only do
filled
they
that.
add shooters, you add Dwight Howard, who's going to be like good for Embiid because Embiid doesn't, with the injuries and stuff, you like to have good centers behind Embiid. Plus, I'm also thinking they added a new coach. Daryl Morey's there. You got off Horford for I think cheaper than I would have thought. I thought you would have had to give more to get off Horford's contract.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, hey, you gave Sam Presti a pick offer. Like he's taking it.
Yeah, I guess so. And Tyrese Maxey at 21 could be good. I like this offseason.
Yeah,
I think this is B plus.
I give it an A minus.
A minus.
Very good.
Area.
They got the shooters they need. Now they just, I mean, Danny Green obviously has to be better
Yeah,
than
I mean,
last
other than
season.
Danny Green, they got shooters up top.
Yeah.
Hey, you could.
And they got rid of Terrence Ferguson from the Thunder, so I appreciate that.
Oh my god.
Man.
So yeah. All right, Phoenix Suns. Jalen Smith, 10th overall. I've heard that was. I don't know anything about Jalen Smith, but apparently that was a reach.
Jalen Smith is a reach, but I still like him as a player.
Yeah.
I think he could be really. He's a big man. So
who's their power forward?
So at the end of the season they ran Cam Johnson, which worked really well for them.
Oh yeah.
At the 4, so
okay.
That worked well.
I respect that. But yeah, the Chris Paul trade was great for them.
Chris Paul's great.
Like Chris Paul gives them like a real like not elite but borderline elite point guard.
Yeah.
Instead of Ricky Rubio, Abdel Nader is a good shooter off the bench. I've always loved Abdel Nader.
I know you have.
Jay Crowder signing was a very good signing.
Yeah.
I think they did very
they
good.
have Dario.
Yeah, they re-signed Dario. They did lose Aaron Baines, which is like, I mean, that kind of hurts. But the thing is, I don't know, there's a chance Jalen Smith can come in and kind of be similar. Jalen Smith, I've heard comparisons to Serge Ibaka, that kind of, block shots, shoot the 3 kind of guy. And then
not that bad.
Chris Paul is like a perfect fit for the Suns because,
Oh,
it
yeah.
opens up. Devin Booker plays
Ask
more
for his
off the
point guard.
ball.
And then
Yep.
DeAndre Ayton is gonna
DeAndre Ayton's going to
beast with
feast.
Chris
And
Paul.
DeAndre
He's
Ayton's
gonna
not like
feast.
DeAndre Jordan. He can
Yeah.
actually score himself, too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he can make his own shot.
plus Jay Crowder, he could start. I don't know if he'll start. But
Yeah, they could
They had a very,
honestly.
very good offseason.
They honestly could start him over Cam.
yeah.
I think this makes them a
Just
playoff
stay
lock,
small ball.
honestly.
I
think
do. I like their chances to make the playoffs a ton.
I think
Yeah.
they're making the.
Oh,
I don't
they're
think they're going
easily making the
far.
playoffs.
I think they're getting probably
Yeah.
first round
Easily make
exit,
the
but they're gonna
playoffs.
make it there.
Yeah.
They're definitely making it.
Yeah.
I give it a.
I give it an
in
A.
my
I give it
notes,
A.
This is an A.
Yeah, I give it an A. This is an A for sure.
Very good. Very good offseason.
Portland Trailblazers traded Robert Covington. That was a good trade.
They got
Trade
Rocco
away
for cheap. That's good. That's
Trevor
cool.
Ariza, I think.
Yeah. Trevor Ariza first, then the first in this round.
Trevor Ariza was on. I think it was like 4 teams in 3 days.
Trevor Ariza's just getting traded. Like, it's
He went from the
crazy.
Blazers to the Rockets to the Pistons to the Thunder in 3 days.
That's kind of sad.
So yeah, they get Enes Kanter back, who is a solid backup, but I mean they kind of needed more defense, and he doesn't really help them with that. But I mean, I guess Rocco helps them with that. But
Yeah. So
yeah, Kanter's kind of a whatever trade, and then they signed Derek Jones Jr., who could be
this, in
solid
my
backup.
opinion, is the most underrated offseason. I think this is perfect for what the Blazers are doing.
Yeah.
Robert Covington, right? I feel like Portland has this tendency, right, to build around Dame CJ, right? They try to grab these 3-and-D wings that can't actually shoot threes. Like,
Yeah.
I think of Mo Harkless and, like, Al-Farouq Aminu. They used to start on that team.
Yeah.
And they were 3-and-D, except they really couldn't shoot
Except
that well.
they were really just D. Yeah.
So, Robert Covington's going to do both of those things, just better.
Yeah.
Fits perfectly. Enes Kanter was on that playoff team when they went to the Western Conference
Sure.
Finals.
That's
He
a
was
good
on
point.
that team, and he worked really well with them. So, I mean, that probably means Whiteside's gone, which you'll be fine with. Whiteside was...
Whiteside's
Whiteside. Derek Jones Jr. gives them more of that defense athleticism that they don't really have. So, I love this offseason. I give it an A.
Good. B plus.
A.
Solid.
Very solid. They got better. I mean,
get better.
got more depth. It's really what they needed.
Kings take Tyrese Halliburton at 12, which
That's
is
a steal. That's very, very,
it
very
is
good.
a steal. I feel like they probably could have. I mean, Tyrese at 12, it's hard to pass up, but I feel like because like I don't know if they knew they were gonna lose Bogdan, but they probably could have assumed it. They're most likely. I mean, they have to trade Buddy Hield eventually. Oh, there was a thing on Twitter. Buddy Hield liked to tweet. Oh, I don't remember what it was, but it was something about him getting traded.
Yeah, Buddy Hield's been doing that. He's been
like
him going to the Sixers
tweets,
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I kind of hate when players do that, though. It's like, I don't know. Just like, if you already told management you want out, it's like, how far do you really have to go? Where you're just like,
I don't know what
in
Buddy
random
Hield's
tweets.
Twitter is.
Well, considering the fact you spelled Buddy Hield wrong is going to be your first mistake.
Did I? Oh, because there's a lot of tweets coming up.
Yeah. I feel like the Tyrese thing is the only thing saving that offseason. Because
he liked this tweet. Buddy Hield saying, "Won't say the Kings still consider him as part of his core," and then he liked the tweet.
That's kind of funny. Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Tyrese is the only thing saving this offseason because if you look at the players they lost, I mean...
Yeah, they lost Harry Giles, Kent Bazemore, Bogdan.
I can't believe they didn't match Bogdan. I don't know.
I know. That is weird.
So...
Yeah. I don't know, the Kings are weird.
The Tyrese
they didn't do much. They didn't do enough. They got a good pick in the draft. They got a steal, but everything else is just...
Yeah, they didn't do anything else to make them better.
Mm-hmm.
And with how good the West is, like...
Oh yeah,
they're not competitive in the West.
Like right now is a case of you have to go all in or blow it up.
Oh yeah, I
like the Thunder blew it up. The Timberwolves are going all in.
They're in a
like
very weird spot.
So and they didn't really do anything.
And it kind of sucks because there was that one year where they were like legitimately like they almost made the playoffs, right, under Frank Vogel and stuff, and then they fired their coach and bringing Luke Wall in. They weren't that good, and now they're just kind of gonna bottom out. And you went from like a really fun, fast, borderline playoff team to now just like, in like 2 years, you know?
Yeah.
So, ugh.
Oh yeah,
Kings, man.
I don't know, C plus, I guess.
Yeah, I gotta see.
It's not very good. San Antonio Spurs drafted Devin Vassell at 11.
Yep.
He's.
Devin Vassell scares me. I don't know. That jump shot.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. Oh no, I'm thinking of Isaac Okoro. Never mind. I don't. I have no idea. Was Devin Vassell the 3-and-D guy?
Have you seen his jump shot though? That's what scares me. It's
No.
disgusting looking.
Does it
Why
look bad?
Markel
It
Fultz
looks
vibes?
very bad. No,
Lonzo Ball?
it's like an over the head kind of shot. You know what I mean? Which is like,
Oh, it's a soccer throw.
okay, it's not like just chucking it.
Is it like Larry Bird?
Sure, I guess.
I guess he's gonna be the
Anyways,
next.
Yeah,
Larry Bird
I feel like that's
thinks.
not that big of a problem as long as
yeah,
he can like.
as long as he can actually hit it. But there are some
Yeah.
cases of people with questionable forms not working in the NBA.
Yeah,
that
but,
happens all
like,
the time.
Or like with Lonzo, like he had a terrible form. He was shooting like I think it was like 30% from 3 in his first season. Now he's shooting like 39%, and he shoots like a normal human. So
Yeah,
I feel like Devin. I mean I feel like
Yeah.
anyone with a bad jumper
Devin
can
Vassell could be
eventually
good.
learn.
He's not a
Yeah.
real high ceiling player. I think right. He'll kind of come in
Yeah.
and do what he does, play defense, shoot the three. But I don't know. The Spurs
Yeah.
have done basically nothing. So whatever.
And then Trey Jones, I've always liked Trey Jones.
Trey Jones.
I don't really know why,
why.
but I've always liked Trey Jones.
Yeah,
He's a 4-year guy, right?
I think
He went all
so.
the way through college. Yeah.
But yeah, Spurs
So, yeah.
C plus. I
Who's
guess they
Brimford,
did nothing.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is another case of just
They're gonna be
staying as they
probably
are.
bad next year. I'd assume. Like pretty
Probably.
bad. We'll see.
And there were talks of them trading DeMar, but
Yeah, I don't know if those are
That's
still
not fair.
on, but
I
mean,
haven't seen
the only
anything
place that
recently.
was really going to trade for DeMar was the Lakers, and
Yeah,
they already
but-
lost. They lost their number one asset of Danny Green that everyone wanted. So
Yeah, now they've lost everyone, or they've gained everyone. I mean,
yeah,
but I mean,
I
unless
think
they
the
want to trade like
Spurs are
Kuz
also
or
in like
whatever. But...
the same area as the Kings. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah. I think the only difference with the Spurs is like the Kings are somehow like in a bad spot, but still young, right? But like the Spurs can The Spurs can still blow it up. The Kings can't blow up because they don't have anything to blow up. If that makes sense. Because you're not trading De'Aaron Fox to blow it up. But the Spurs, you have pieces to move to get younger and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
DeMar, LA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, whatever. Just a whatever. Awesome.
Yeah.
They've done nothing.
They've done nothing. I give
So-
that like a C minus.
Yeah.
D like I
The
don't know.
Raptors. The Raptors is
But they
kind
lost
of,
their bigs and got back
yeah.
the one.
The
That's bad. That's not.
the Raptors are a weird case because like you re-signed Fred VanVleet, which was
That's huge.
insane.
good for
That was
them.
insanely unexpected.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like everyone thought he was going to some random team like the Knicks or the
Knicks on the
Hornets.
max.
Something like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah. And then you get Aaron Baines to replace Ibaka, which is, I mean, you get younger, whatever. They play very similar, so it's not really that much of a difference.
Yeah, you do lose Marc Gasol, who is like Marc Gasol was important for them, but he's not.
Big
I don't know,
shots.
he's not
He
the,
definitely had some big shots.
He's not the end all be all.
Yeah.
I feel like the signing of Fred VanVleet's just so big for them that I would give this like maybe a B minus.
I give it a
off
B
season.
minus. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
They didn't do much. They lost their bigs, but got Freddie back, which is nice for them.
Yeah, everyone they lost, they replaced pretty much, except Marcus Hall. They re-signed Boucher.
Yeah, that's not bad for them.
They got DeAndre Bembry, the Adam Schefter bomb. So yeah, B minus, solid. Utah Jazz, Udoka Azubuike. I just like his name, honestly. I remember when he got drafted. I was like, hey, that's fire.
Yeah.
They signed Derek Favors. They had Derek Favors before, right?
Oh yeah, they had Derek Favors, went to the Pelicans, so re-signed him.
And they went back to the Jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't think this is that bad of an offseason. They brought back Jordan Clarkson, who was really big for them.
Oh yeah.
He was that flamethrower off the bench for him. So you bring him back.
Jordan Clarkson is
on a pretty decent contract. And Derek Favors, I think, had some big help for them because their backup center was Tony Bradley.
Tony Bradley, yeah.
That
to replace Tony Bradley with Derek Favors.
Derek Favors, that's an upgrade. So I think it's pretty good. Plus you maxed Mitchell, which is good for them.
Yeah.
Keeping Mitchell there, that's really important.
I think this is a B.
I'd have to agree with that one. All right, last one, Washington Wizards.
Yes.
So Denny
I
at
don't know.
9.
Wizards are in a weird spot. I mean, they got Devin Vassell at not Devin. Wait,
Nope.
Denny.
Denny.
Had Denny. That was
Denny
a
at
steal.
9 was good. Apparently, Cassius Winston could be a decent backup.
53
or it might have been Cassius Stanley. I mixed them up because they were drafted like 2 apart or something.
Yeah,
or 3 apart. So I don't know anything about them. I just saw that on Twitter. But yeah, Denny at 9 is a steal.
That's what's happening with John Wall being traded.
Yeah.
I can't
That's-
see
Yeah,
anybody
apparently.
actually trading for John Wall.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because
Yeah, I know. They like no one wants them.
yeah, and there's a bunch of like conflicting reports. Like some people are like, "Oh yeah, John Wall requested a trade and he doesn't want to play for the Wizards," but then other ones are like, "Oh, John Wall is like upset that they were trying to trade him," and then
I don't know. I
apparently
think
Apparently,
was
Bradley
management's
Beal,
upset with him
yeah,
because he was throwing up gang signs and
apparently,
like.
apparently Bradley Beal. I'm honestly, I don't. All of these Wizards like rumors are just terrible, so I don't even really believe them. But
you can't really.
there was a
trust
rumor
them.
that Bradley Beal was like really backing the John Wall for Russell Westbrook trade. Like he really wanted it to happen.
Huh. That's
But
kind of weird.
Oh, and yeah.
I mean, I would rather have Russell Westbrook than John Wall. But
Yeah, I don't know. If I'm the Wizards, I'm running it back with Wall and Beal. That's what I would do.
yeah,
Because
it's just the Wall for Westbrook trade. I don't know how hard they tried to get it, but that I feel like that's a good trade for them because like it's in like I would be very surprised if John Wall is like even just at where he was before his injury.
yeah.
Because like you don't know how John Wall's gonna be, but obviously you know Russell Westbrook is good at basketball. Like you know he's gonna be good. You know he's good. Like he dropped 27, 7, and 7 last year as the second option. Like you know he's gonna be good for you. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, I mean I guess
They did
um
also
they traded
brought
away
back.
Admiral Schofield, who I also like because of his name. You know, Admiral, fire name.
Yep. They also extended Davis Bertans for 5 years,
Yeah.
80
Big
mil.
contract.
That's a decent like size contract, but it's Davis
Yeah.
Bertans who's really good. So
Yeah, he's one of the best shooters in the league.
I think it is worth it. Denny at 9, right? Like Denny's a steal at 9. I don't know if he fits well, but it's at the point where you really can't pass up on Denny. Like
Yeah,
even if he doesn't
like,
fit, you
game
have to
situation.
take
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
He was
You
supposed
just
to go at
don't
4
pass
with the
up
Bulls.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Bulls should have drafted him at 4. So when he gets all the way to 9, like
Yeah.
you can't. Especially like small forward is like their worst position. Like Rui is the worst player in their starting lineup.
Yeah.
So now you get Denny to
I
replace
mean,
him or even back him up for a
who
season or
knows?
two.
I mean, there's a chance the Wizards come out and are good if Wall gets back to what he was. If Denny is really good for them, if
Oh yeah,
Rui
they definitely
takes a
could be
jump,
good.
they could be like low-key solid.
Yeah, they definitely could be good. I don't know if they're going to.
Yeah, I don't think they will, but I mean,
Yeah,
it could
this
happen.
is a.
Could be good.
I mean Denny at 9.
Denny at 9.
They didn't really do anything. Raul Neto, Robin Lopez, like they didn't really sign anyone.
Give it a.
So I give it a B.
Yeah, B minus.
Nothing good. Nothing crazy. Same,
Yeah,
pretty
just
much in the
average.
same position.
So
All
yeah,
right, are we
that's
done?
it.
Is that it?
That is it.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Episode 1 in the books.
real quick though, any who's the biggest winner though? Like, what team was like
Biggest
biggest
Lakers
winner?
by
Um,
far.
Lakers.
Lakers.
Yeah,
You think
it's gotta be
Hands
Lakers.
down, has to be the Lakers.
I think it is the
Yeah.
Lakers.
How are you? You're the
For sure.
defending champion, and you get better.
And you get that much better.
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
6 man of the year candidates. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I would go
Yeah.
Lakers. Maybe you could argue like Suns or something like that, but I do
Yeah,
think
but
the Lakers.
Suns are second, but it's I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like you can't.
Yeah,
You have
definitely.
to give it to the Lakers.
But who's the loser?
Honestly, the Pistons.
Yeah, it's gotta be the. I kind of forgot about the
Low-key.
Pistons. It's definitely
Yeah,
the
low-key.
Pistons. I mean,
Pistons
God,
had a
that was some of the
terrible
worst things I've
offseason.
ever seen in my
It's not
life.
even like it's not like it was a bad offseason because they lost a bunch of players. It was a
It's
bad
'cause of the
offseason because they got
contract. It's
too
'cause of the
many
players
bad
they
players.
got.
And bad
It's
players.
one thing if you just let Christian Wood walk for nothing, but the fact that you're like, I'd rather have Mason Plumlee.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, like Jeremy Grant is cool, but
Yeah,
like when you
Yeah,
also
that's a
get
good
like
pickup, but you
Mason
also have
Plumlee and
5 centers and power forward. You have like so many
Yeah.
bigs on
the
your
funny thing is,
roster that
Jeremy Grant is one of those players that's good in a contending team because he plays that role, right? But
'cause
on
what
a
it, yeah,
Detroit
not
Pistons
on a
team,
team that
what are you
has
gonna
no
do? Make
idea
him
what
the
the fuck
number
they're
one
doing.
option? You know?
Yeah.
That's not what Jeremy.
yeah, because like
Grant
you have
does.
D Rose, Blake Griffin. I guess if he stays healthy, and then if
Yeah,
if
maybe.
Blake Griffin isn't healthy, then what? Derrick Rose is your first option. Jeremy Grant is your second option.
I
Like,
guess it depends how good
you're not
Killian
gonna
Hayes
you're not gonna
is.
do
I don't
anything
know.
with that. Yeah, I
Okay.
guess Killian Hayes, Isaiah Stewart, Sadiq. Yeah, the Pistons want to be good. Those rookies, they have to hit on all 3 of them,
I know.
which is
The problem is
obviously
Isaiah
unlikely
Stewart's
in a
another
draft like
big
this.
man. That's like. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Isaiah Stewart, Jeremy Grant, Mason Plumlee, Ja.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Pistons
Yeah,
biggest losers.
and they lose Christian Wood. Yeah, that's bad.
All right, I think that just
So,
about does it.
that does it.
We'll be back. What time we
We'll be
When are
back.
we coming back? What, on the weekend? Something? I'm gonna run it back for number two.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's it. And remember, it's just an opinion.
True.